Hi everyone, it's Krista here, creator of the Bold Beautiful Birth online program. I am a doula, childbirth educator, and very proud Hypnobirthing Australia practitioner here in Sydney. And today I wanted to talk to you about something that I was reflecting on yesterday after attending a beautiful birth earlier this week. So I was driving in my car yesterday and I just had to put on the song that happened to be playing for most of the birth, just quietly in the background, this beautiful song, Surrender by Natalie Taylor. I wrote it down just to make sure I got it right. And it's such a beautiful song. It actually isn't particularly related to birth, but the lyrics in it and the music is so beautiful. And I think music can really touch us in ways where we can find meaning, both in the music itself, the melody or the composition, and the lyrics, and find meaning for ourselves and our own situation. And this is one of those beautiful songs. And I just had to listen to it, and I really, really felt this powerful message from this song. And of course, the theme of it is surrender. And I wanted to talk about this word surrender because I think sometimes this word can be a bit triggering, perhaps, for some people, because it seems to mean that we are giving up our power. So surrendering, we're giving it up. And whereas in birth, surrender means a very, very different thing. It's actually that we are surrendering, yes, we're surrendering to our body. And that is because our power is in our body and in trusting our body to do what it's designed to do. So it is a very common word for those preparing for birth, to maybe to actually feel really close to this word surrender, and actually feel like it is describing what we need to do for birth. So a lot of women may have this word surrender as part of their affirmations, and I think it's just such a beautiful word. So I do think we need to, first of all, remind ourselves of what are we surrendering to? We're surrendering to our body and the power of our body. We are not, I repeat, not surrendering to an outside power. We are not surrendering to the medical system. We are not surrendering to, medical staff. We are surrendering to ourselves. Okay. And this, I was reflecting on yesterday, just seems such a fundamental part of our journey in preparing for birth and then in giving birth. And often with the tools that we discuss, especially for mums using hypnobirthing, but these are universal tools and strategies for preparing for a positive birth, is that we need to learn how to let go in birth. But often these tools, but particularly mindfulness tools, can actually apply to life. They can help us throughout our whole life to be happier and maybe even more successful, or like just to really, if we apply these tools in our lives, we can have a beautiful life as well. So I often reflect with mums that, hey, these tools that we're discussing can actually be useful in everyday life. But here's the good news. That's a lifelong endeavor to apply it to our lives. We don't have to become experts or perfect at these tools and strategies right now. All we need to do is learn how to apply them for a very concentrated period of time, and that is during labor. Yeah, we need to practice it. We need to practice it in pregnancy to plant those seeds. But our body's going to help us. Our hormones are going to help us to apply this in labor as well. And we really need to apply it in labor, but labor is a relatively short period of time. So we don't have to be perfect at surrendering. We don't have to be perfect at breathing. We don't have to be perfect at letting go of all our fears or dealing with all of our emotions that come up. We just need to have a basic understanding of how to apply these tools, and then trust our journey and trust the preparation that we have done. So, but the extension is that it can be so beautiful to then apply that in our lives. And I think that's what really got me yesterday as I was driving in the car. I mean, it was a beautiful birth and the music was beautiful and it really spoke to me in the birth as well, just quietly playing in the background. But I was in my car driving yesterday and I was just feeling this wave of, I need to surrender. And maybe we all need to surrender it to something in our lives. And for me, surrendering in life is about surrendering to our journey. And that is, I think, applicable to birth too, that we're surrendering to our unique circumstances in birth and trusting that we can navigate this confidently and calmly and welcome our baby joyfully into the world. And even in life, when we surrender, again, we're not surrendering to an outside power, we're surrendering to our journey, and we're surrendering to trust that we are where we need to be, and that each step that we take is taking us forwards. And we don't need to overthink or overstress about things that may be disappointing or frustrating, but just trust. One step forward, trust and surrender. So that's what really kind of spoke to me yesterday, and I thought that might be a nice thing to share with you. Would love to hear from you about what was your song in birth. Did you have a favorite song, and what were the lyrics that really spoke to you and really carried you through both in your preparation for birth and when you were actually giving birth? All right, well, that's all for today. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I'm here to help to prepare you for a bold, beautiful birth. Bye for now.